Welcome to our review of The Balconettes, 2024, Cinemania's latest release that's already creating waves with its unique blend of feminist horror comedy. Directed by Noémie Merlant, this film is a frenetically assertive take on female autonomy, packaged in a style reminiscent of Pedro Almodóvar's 1980s cinema. With a distinctively modern twist, The Balconettes plays with both the absurd and the sinister, crafting a story that's as hilarious as it is terrifying. Scene transition. Almodóvar film clips. Pedro Almodóvar's influence is no secret here. Known for his flamboyant, satirical comedies centered around female characters in the 1980s, Almodóvar brought us colorful yet poignant tales like Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown. After his iconic era, the film landscape was left without the same brand of wacky, unpredictable humor until now. Enter The Balconettes, Merlant's homage to that lively, messy genre, only this time with a more aggressive and, let's say, darker, feminist twist. Scene transition. Portrait of Noémie Merlant and Celine Sciamma. Noémie Merlant, best known for her powerful performances in Portrait of a Lady on Fire and Paris, 13th District, collaborates with portrait director Celine Sciamma, who co-writes this feature. It's a reunion that brings forth a decidedly modern narrative, bold, witty, and unrestrained. Both women embrace the chaos of female friendships and confront the omnipresent patriarchy, skillfully exploring the hilarity and horror of existing within these confines. Cut to scene, Eloise, Ruby, and Nicole in their apartment. The film's story follows three friends, Eloise, Ruby, and Nicole, stuck in a cramped, sweltering apartment in southern France, where the heat wave is as oppressive as the patriarchy they rally against. Merlant herself plays Eloise, the wildest of the trio, joined by Ruby, a camgirl played by Sahila Yacoub, and Nicole, an aspiring writer brought to life by Sonda Cadrinu. Their chemistry is raw and electric, giving the audience a voyeuristic view into a friendship that's as playful as it is chaotic. The plot unfolds as the women notice their striking new neighbor, Magnini, played by Lucas Bravo, whose presence quickly disrupts their mundane routine. When they're invited over for an evening of drinks, the night takes a dark, twisted turn as Nicole and Eloise leave early, while Ruby stays behind for a photography session. By morning, Ruby returns, visibly shaken and bloodied, hinting at a horrific event. This moment signals the shift into the film's core, a dive into the terror, humor, and resilience of female camaraderie. Cut to scene, a neighbor's violent revenge. Right from the start, Merlant sets the stage with a Hitchcockian opening scene, showing a neighbor taking revenge on her abusive husband. It's a bold statement of the simmering rage shared by these women, one that will become a recurring theme throughout. In a society that often downplays their anger, these women show that they're ready and willing to defend themselves, each other, and their right to exist freely. Scene transition. Energetic camera movement. Merlant's directing style mirrors the frenzy of the narrative. Her camera moves in unpredictable ways, from sweeping crane shots to sudden zoom-ins, capturing the feverish energy of these friends as they battle the heat, each other, and society's expectations. The cinematography is chaotic, packed with vibrant close-ups that make the audience feel every bead of sweat, every tense glance, and every furious outburst. The intense, sun-drenched colors and hurried pacing bring out the absurd, making each scene pulse with dark humor and urgency. Cut to still, Eloise, Ruby, and Nicole in hectic argument. Despite the film's dizzying pace, The Balconettes finds its grounding in its characters. Merlant's directing trusts the actors to carry the film's bizarre tonal shifts from horror to slapstick with seamless ease. Yacoub, Cadrinu, and Merlant herself transform even the most terrifying moments into comedic gems. In one memorable scene, they confront the absurdity of their situation with cartoonish expressions and exaggerated gestures, reminiscent of Looney Tunes antics, but layered with pointed critiques of gender norms and societal expectations. Cut to scene, Eloise's monologue in a hardware store. And Merlant doesn't hold back on provocation. The film's humor is explicit, unapologetic, and sometimes a little shocking. In one unforgettable moment, Eloise delivers a fiery monologue about clitoral stimulation in a hardware store, no less. These scenes are the lifeblood of the Balconettes, bringing feminist discourse into places it's rarely allowed and filling the dialogue with biting humor and social critique. Scene transition, closing clips of the film's most dramatic moments. While the Balconettes might not be perfect in its balancing act between horror and comedy, Merlant and Siama manage to hit the mark more often than not. They cleverly capture the struggle for autonomy, highlighting both the absurd and the disturbing aspects of modern womanhood. Merlin's character work and Siama's writing blend seamlessly, drawing out authentic performances and emotional nuance even in the most chaotic sequences. Closing scene, cast laughing together. In the Balconettes, Merlin has created a bold sophomore feature that's wild, daring, and unapologetically feminist. It's not a film for everyone, but for those who appreciate the messy intersections of humor, horror, and social critique, it's a must-watch. The film is an explosion of solidarity among women, delivered with wit, warmth, and an unwavering sense of justice. End scene, final shot of the trio together. With a pitch-perfect cast, a mix of horror and hilarity, and a firm grasp on feminist storytelling, The Balconettes is both an homage to Almodovar's unique style and a distinctly original work that captures the energy and humor of female resilience. It's an invitation to laugh, cringe, and cheer along with Eloise, Ruby, and Nicole as they navigate life, love, and liberation.